Okay, let's go ahead and jump to rank games with the Pyromancer and seeing what we can do today. I know we're playing the Pyromancer instead of the new characters, but I do have a build idea in mind that I want to try out. And it involves this little guy right here and this big old sword right here too. Now we could take a wolf badge for Battle Rage. It is on sale for 3. We probably should take it, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to craft up is a torch. Let's grab a broom. Let's grab the stone. Let's roll once. And really immediately regret my decision on taking this broom because I do want to grab ourselves an extra wooden sword. Now the gloves would be nice. We could craft up claws attack. It would be awesome as well, but I'm just going to take our wooden sword. I'm going to take this piggy bank. I'm going to sell our broom and I'm going to take this set of healing herbs. Now it's crazy not to take this gloves, but I think this should be pretty decent for a round 1. We should be able to get a lot of max life with our fire pit and our piggy bank, and we should be able to generate more golds by having this piggy bank in as well, because we're going to be rolling quite a bit, trying to find as much health pots, shiny shells, and flames as possible. And you know what? This is not looking too bad. Our opponent doesn't have a weapon. They've got lots and lots of storage, so we should definitely be able to win out. That's for sure. Our 2 little regen, keeping us healthy and amazing. Well, it's not too much amazing about that. They didn't have a weapon. And we do get a hammer, which I wouldn't mind cracking open the piggy bank. But let's grab our shiny shell. Let's grab our banana. Let's grab our flame. And I do want to roll. We do get an extra shiny shell. And I think we're going to have to take this storage. But I did kind of want to craft up a burning blade also. But yeah, I'm going to venture on with this for now. We should be able to get even more max life since we have flames in around our piggy bank. 63 max life. It's more than double our opponent's HP. Well, actually, Matt's. It's not quite double. 70 is double. But can we still take on this ranger? They do got a lot of healing amplification thanks to their Vine basket. And they do got a good bit of healing. So we could be in trouble. The only thing is our torch is going to be scaling up a little bit of damage, which might give us the advantage. Potentially. We will see though, because they're actually getting quite a bit of heal still. And unfortunately, they do end up passing us out. Which is not so good. And we craft up Burn a Torch. That's the trophy we got. Now honestly, enchanted weapons is not a fantastic skill. 20% chance on hit. It's pretty low. It means basically every 5 times this hits, we're going to get a 20% chance to get a 30% chance to gain 1 damage. Yeah, it doesn't seem that great. Blood manipulation, on the other hand, is always a pretty good skill. It means our shellies, if we do craft up shellies, they're going to be dealing 15% of the healing they give us as damage. Or we can try to go for a super fast Turbo Shelly. I do like damage dealing Turbo Shellies. I also like super fast Turbo Shelly. The only thing is the Uniquey can only be found in round 3, while the blood manipulation can come back in round 10. So I think we're taking Unique today. And we did get a stone badge, which is going to give us more value per round as well. But it does mean we won't be able to find any of the Pyromancer's specific items, like your chilies. So I don't necessarily really want that, because I do kind of want to go for potentially a chili gooberts. Let's take our healing herbs. Let's roll. And we could go for a burning sword right now, but I think it's a little bit too late. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the walrus tusk, because if we're going for a flame up, we could straight up just go for a flame up and start stacking up our heat that way instead as well. But I think right now I'm going to prioritize moving on with this. With a super fast, or just increasing the speed on our burning torch a little bit faster. I think that should be pretty decent for now. We are going to begin a slime time adventure. And honestly, they have so much storage and not a whole lot of items. They could honestly get tons and tons of heals with their goblins around their wooden sword. So honestly, yeah, we're going to have no trouble beating down this adventure. Just your torch doing a lot of work. Stamina cost on it should be about 0.9. So adding in our wooden sword will actually decrease our damage. And not too bad. Now we did get a Happy Bomb. Happy Bomb is a lot of fun because you can turbo stack buffs and deal some big damage. But I'm not going to take it today. I'm going to roll. We do get our chili. And I am going to be crafting up that chili gooberts. Sell our wooden sword because I do want to grab ourselves a set of blueberries. Let's grab an extra stone. And with that, I'm going to venture on. So we're going to get a chili gooberts, which is going to be stacking up our heat as well. And we're going to be trying to get the fastest Turbo Shellies around. But I think we should be in a pretty good spot to take on this mage. They do have a chessboard moving their chess piece around, but they have just a white knight that just keeps moving back and forth. That's not really doing anything. Lots of bugs, but no buffs to use them. So hell yeah, not too bad. Getting some free wins, not gonna lie. We did get a present, and we craft up a Chili Goobert, which was the trophy. Now we did get a present, but I'm not gonna be taking it today. The present is a lot of fun, but I want Turbo Shellys. But I will be taking a stamina sack. I'm gonna roll. We'll take any flame we do see. Let's keep rolling, and we're gonna get a first Turbo Shelly. Stellar Stone to take it. And I'm kind of looking at this pineapple, but I'm not going to take it. If we want to go for flame, we should take it. But again, I'm going to be looking for as much health pots as possible. And the next round is when we want to roll most of all to find those health pots. But we should be in a pretty good spot to stack up our heats. We do have 9 heat. And every time we do activate our Chili Gooberts, it is going to be 2 more heat. Now, unfortunately, our opponent does have quite a bit of blind on us. So our Burning Torch is missing quite a bit. But I still think we're definitely going to have the advantage. Going to begin to shovel, Berserker. That is for sure. 100% should be able to win this one out. And it's not going to be close. Now again, this bund has a lot of storage, not a whole lot of rounds. It's very, very important to be able to fill out. We got a trophy for crafting up our Shelly. Hell yeah. We also got the puzzle bag. Star items trigger 20% lower after 5 seconds to trigger 50% faster instead. Bags ball have a 35% chance to restock with a puzzle bag. I don't want this. Not today. I'm taking everything to do with Shellys and a big fire sword. Let's grab our fanny pack. Let's roll again. Let's keep rolling. And guess what? We're going to get our second Shelly crafted up. It's still a flame. Let's take it. And yeah, we're going to get our Turbo Shelly. We're also going to be increasing the speed of this Shelly. It's going to be a trigger for a Chili Goobert, which is not too great, but it should be amazing. The Turbo Shelly is going to be stacking up her heat as well, but it is very, very slow. It has an 11-second cooldown, which this one has an 8.3-second cooldown because we do have it in a fanny pack, along with our health pot. Our opponents will have a Ripsaw Blade, which is literally going to be removing a lot of our scaling damage. But as long as we keep activating our Shelly, we keep healing back up, and we should be in a pretty good spot. The thing is, we probably should use our Unique on our Shelly instead. So we can get our Shelly to go super fast, keeping us super healthy, instead of scaling up our damage a little bit with our Burning Torch. But with 23 heat, we do trigger everything a little bit faster, which is definitely awesome. However, this bond is, honestly, potentially going to outscale us. Unfortunately, 5 HP, they did manage to break us out. But we did get our Turbo Shelly, which has pretty much the same effects as a normal Shelly, but it triggers twice as fast with every potion, and it also gives us 2 heat. And that's going to be a Turbo Shelly. Now let's grab our customer card. I wouldn't mind grabbing ourselves a lightsaber too. Do you want the mana orb? I don't think I actually really want the mana orb, so I'm going to roll. I kind of want to grab this bit of storage. Let's grab a set of blueberries. I'm going to keep rolling for now. That's another Goobers if we want it. That's also potion, which will be nice with our Turbo Shelly. I do want to grab this fanny pack though. And I do want to keep rolling to try and find ourselves one more health pot, which unfortunately we didn't get. I'm going to sell one more flame to grab this protectable purse, because that's going to be a lot more block for us also. I didn't have a customer card in because I did want to find our health pots, but it is going to make our Turbo Shelly even more turbo. And yeah, let's get going with this. So we're going to have an even faster Turbo Shelly with 2 fanny packs. This one is going to be triggered every 6.6 seconds. So it's going to be a Turbo Shelly. And every unique item, every customer card we add in is going to be awesome for it. Our opponent does have a magic staff. They're going to get a lot of damage, especially with Mana Mastery, with the Toad, and they're going to be inflicting poison. With Turbo Shelly, he's going to be cleansing those debuffs like there's no tomorrow. And we're going to get an insane amount of heals with this double Shelly action. And the nice thing is, they're going to be triggering at different times, so we can keep ourselves super healthy. And you know what? Amazing, actually. One little torch carries for quite some time. And we got our Turbo Shelly again. And we got 2 options. We go Burning Banner, we get regen. We can go for some hard containers, activate them, get him power for or practically large greatsword that we want to grab. Otherwise, we go Firebender. We go Firebender, we turbo stack heat with our Shellys, keeping us healthy as we get to our big win con of 60. And if we do manage to reach 40 heat, we get our 15 regen anyway. So I think we're going to go Firebender. And that is immediately a Dancing Dragon. This literally wins us the game. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it because it's going to be too absurd not to take it, because it's going to be so much damage. Since it deals 0.5 damage per heat, and we're going to be turbo stacking heat like there's no tomorrow. And each magic item around our Dancing Dragon is literally going to be more heat for us. So we really don't want our Burning Torch anymore. We want to grab more healing herbs. We want to roll again. I do want to grab this fanny pack also. But yeah, let's get going. So Turbo Shellys with the Firebender is going to be really, really nice. Because the more heat we do stack up, the more we'll be able to activate our Turbo Shellys. The more we heal, the faster we heal, keeping us healthy. That's one problem I did find with the Firebender, is you don't have too much sustain with it. You tend to want to go all out and stack and heat as fast as possible, but in reality, you need a lot of defenses for this skill. And a lot of mana generation. Let's take our blueberries for now. Let's take another fanny pack. Now, I'm not going to be taking potions, even though it would increase our Turbo Shelly like crazy, but a poison potion really doesn't do a whole lot for us. Now, there's our heart container with more healing herbs. I do really, really want to grab. But yeah, I'm going to venture on once again. So we'll see how much our Dancing Dragon is going to be dealing. 21 damage minimal, 13 DPS per second. Every hit is going to be more than 20 damage, which is going to be kind of nuts. And the more heat we do add in it, the more this is going to be dealing. 28 damage. Should be doing about 30 more. And hell yeah. Not too close, to be honest. And we do have Chase Make. And I do want to be taking Bagtacular. Bagtacular is just a nice generic skill that just buffs up all our bags. It's also going to trigger our Shellys a little bit faster with our fanny bags. Let's grab a heart container. Let's grab more healing herbs. Let's roll. Let's roll again. Now I think at this point, I might sell our Walrus Tusk and another Flame to grab another fanny pack also. I'm going to take a 1 extra Flame because we should be able to instant activate our heart container with the amount of regen we do have, which means 2 in power and 100 more max life. And even more healing efficiency as well. So our Turbo Shellys are going to be healing for insanely amounts more. 15% to be exactly, it's not too crazy. We are going to be getting another Dancing Dragon, but we should be able to stack up a lot more damage than our opponents. However, they do have a magic staff, but I still think we're definitely going to smash down his opponents. And you know what? We almost got our 60 heat, and not too bad. Hell yeah. We could just go for Stone Golem. I don't really want that. I'm going to take our stone and going to roll. We'll gladly take the stamina sack. Let's keep rolling. I'm going to take the eye lamp because it is going to give us more heat. It's going to give us scaling damage and accuracy. And let's keep moving. Prismatic Orb would be nice. I definitely want to grab a second heart container. I'm going to sell our stone to take this Protect Little Purse. And yeah, second heart container is going to be really, really nice. So once we do get to our heat with our friendly fire, we should be able to activate that second heart container, which should be awesome, giving us more max life, more damage, more healing efficiency, making our Turbo Shellys even better. And you know what? It's actually working out kind of nicely. The only thing is our opponent does have a Broom and a Hunger Blade, which is not crazy weapons, which is awesome for us. Let's grab a heart container. Let's roll once. We could trade our piggy bank for a pair of gloves. I don't think I'm going to take that. The problem is, the thing is, I really, really want to have in this second heart container, which might mean I might have to take out our piggy bank, or we'd be super greedy, we lose a little bit of max life and a little bit of heat. I think so. Not going to waste any more time, I'm going to move on pretty darn quick with this. And we should be able to activate 2 heart containers, giving us even more max life. Now honestly, the heart containers with the Dancing Dragon, maybe not the best. But we'll see how we get on. We do get our 2 heart containers online, give us 200 more max life, more increased healing efficiency with our Turbo Shelly. And you know what? It's not looking too bad. Gonna begin to shield opponents. Hell yeah. Definitely smashing. Now, as for DPS, we do end up with a 30 DPS, which is not crazy by any means. Dancing Dragon do quite a bit, but we can definitely increase that. As for healing, only a 26 healing per second from 2 Turbo Shellys, which is not too insane either. Let's see if we can actually make this a lot crazier. Now, we did get a flame up. If we do want it, we can go turbo heat stacking. I do want to Steel Recombobulator, and I do want this Corrupted Crystal to craft up at Heart of Darkness. I'm gonna roll once, and it's time. It is definitely time. Say goodbye to our Dancing Dragon. Hello, Practical Large Greatsword. And we could have offered up our Steel Recombobulator with our Dancing Dragon and crafted this up next round. But let's sell our Piggy Bank. Let's sell an extra flame. Let's grab this Potion Belts. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be offering up anything with our Steel Recombobulator. As much as I'd love to, we should be offering up something every single round with it, since it is going to give us +3 gold. But I really want every single item we do have. We could offer up 1 flame, but you know what? Let's offer up 1 flame. Doesn't mean we're going to have to lock every other item. But yeah, let's get going. Let's get our Practically Large Molten Greatsword with Turbo Shellys online. Is it going to be good builds? Honestly, not sure. But it is going to use heat to start stacking up our power, which is going to be nice as well. It's going to be a little bit harder to keep our heat stacked up, but with our Firebender, we should be able to get there. And once we craft up our Heart of Darkness, we're also going to get more in power as well, so we should be able to get our Practically Large Greatsword online super fast. And actually, we're going to maybe lose to this Berserker because it's kind of looking like so, although we do have 40 regen. And 40 regen with crazy heat, it's going to go even faster. And Shellys are keeping us alive. A 3-second Shelly is nuts. That's 52 heals every 3 seconds. And it's quite a lot of heals actually. Yeah, shot up to 46 healing per second. Being a regen, our Turbo Shellys and our Chili Coopers. So not too bad. And holy moly, we got 2 achievements. Craft a Heart of Darkness, craft a Molten Greatsword. You know what time it is for? Another Turbo Shelly. Another Turbo Shelly. Let's grab more healing herbs. We're going to roll again. And I do want to grab this bit of storage. Now, potions. We could take a Rogue Potion. But we do kind of want to move our Friendly Fire over beside our Molten Greatsword. The reason being is this actually counts as 5 fire items. Which means this is going to be going super fast. With our Fire Pipe, we're going to get a lot more max life. And I think we are going to move on with this. Are we going to offer up anything with our Steel Recombobulator this time? I don't think so. We're going to be getting another Turbo Shelly. I'm going to waste 1 gold rerolling. And another customer card I do want to grab. The unfortunate thing is I'm going to have to remove a flame anyway. Which yeah, let's get going. Let's see what we can do with this. Potentially. Holy moly. That is a Rainbow Goobers. Are we going to be able to keep up with that? I'm not sure because it's going to be inflicting a lot of blind. But the good thing is our Shellys does cleanse that blind, which is going to be nice. And you know what? It's not looking too bad. They're going to get a lot of damage on their weapons. So we could still be in trouble. And unfortunately, we did end up falling short. As much as I'd love to say that we bet that freaking Rainbow Goobers, we didn't quite get there. Yeah, our build is just not there yet. I will, however, take this Chili. We could take Tim for stealing random buffs. I'm not sure if we really want that. I do want to roll. Let's grab you, and we could grab ourselves another heart container if we want that. I'm not sure if we even want more heart containers. For more regen stacking, it could be kind of awesome. You know, I'm going to take it. We're going to go infinite on regen, infinite on Turbo Shellys, and big, crazy damage with a Molten Greatsword. And we're going to try to make it as fast as possible by stacking up as much heat as possible. Now, Sun Armor would go a long way because it does give us a bunch of heat as well from the get-go. So I'm thinking about looking for a Holy Armor as fast as possible, to be honest. Like, we got so much power, so much heat. Can we still keep up? Not too bad. We're looking a little bit close, not gonna lie. But we got our 3rd Turbo Shelly. Let's grab a heart container. We did get an Unsettling Presence, which deals 30% of your damage, of your healing as damage. Giving our Turbo Shellys damage. Which, doesn't that sound amazing? I think I'm gonna sell a banana to actually grab it for now. Which might be a bit of a misplay, to be honest, but giving our Shellys damage seems kind of crazy not to take it. It is going to eat up a lot more of our buffs, but we still should be in a fantastic spot since we're going to generate so much buff. but 30% of her healing from her Shellys is going to be dealt as damage. And we got insane power. So the likes of dragons would be nuts in this build, to be honest, for even more damage. And you know what? Smashing all the same. Now, it is the final one to craft, so if we do want to craft up sun armor, we do need to find ourselves a holy armor. So I'm going to roll again. We don't really want to sell our chili for a fanfare. We also got ourselves a dragon, but it's too late for it. And we just have to ask for it, and it shows up. I'm going to sell one set of healing herbs for it, because by having holy items beside it, we can actually generate up quite a bit of regen. The only thing is, once you do craft up into sun armor, then the problem is we don't have our regen anymore. But I do want to craft this up pretty darn badly. Yeah, I think I'm going to be happy enough with this. I did put in our heart container instead of our chili, just so we have the potential to activate up 3 of these. Now, we did proc this pretty much immediately. We didn't get our second one online until a little bit longer, but we got our Molten Greatsword online right now, and we should be able to stack up arm power insanely fast once again. We'll deal some big damage, and you know what? Our opponent did answer him back with a chili Excalibur. We did make him resurrect, and amazing. Not too bad. Now we should get our sun armor, which is going to be a lot of heat. We did get a trophy for it. I'm going to grab this stamina sack for now. And we could grab ourselves a wolf badge. But I'm going to roll again. And you know what? I'm going to take back the region that we did sell. Let's roll again. And I'll be back in a second while I sort our inventory once again. So again, the sun armor is going to be a really nice addition, because it is going to be a lot of heat, especially since our Molten Greatsword counts as 5 fire items, which means we're going to get 5 triggers on this. We're going to start a battle, gain 5 heat from this. So we should start off with 11 heat from this. Now, I did kind of want to uniquely on our Molten Greatsword, but it is going to make it stamina out too much. So we can either have it on a friendly fire, or we could have it on our Unsettling Presence, which honestly we want this as slow as possible. We also have our Heart of Darkness being targeted by 2 dark items, which I think at this point we're probably going to use our uniquely on a friendly fire, so it uses up all our mana as fast as possible. But we don't generate mana too fast. With our blueberries, if we get crazy heat, then we could potentially start stacking up insane heats. Yeah, let's roll once. Another chili would be nice as well, but I do want to keep all our regen as much as possible. But getting infinite chilies also helps stack up our heats, and also cleanses a lot of those debuffs. But let's roll again. And it will take an extra heat, because that is going to be more heat from the very beginning. Each flame is going to be 2 heat. And this is going to be final build. Is it a great build? Honestly, probably not the best build. Is it a super fun build? Turbo Shellys galore? With a Molten Greatsword? Hell yeah, it definitely is. But let's go and see if this is going to be good enough. Are we going to be able to win out? We'll see. I'm going to slow this one down. And we are going to begin a spiked wall anvil with a double axe. Now, I did slow this one down a little bit too slow. But with the double axe, they're going to be getting some big damage as well, but our Molten Greatsword should still be able to carry us for quite some time. And we should be in a pretty good spot still. We've got lots of heat, lots of power. And we do got our heart containers online. So we got our Molten Greatsword online as well. Now the faster we actually use our Molten Greatsword, the more heat we do use up, which is not ideal. But we still should be in an awesome spot. We have tons and tons of heals. Turbo Shelly's going nuts as well. And not too bad. Hell yeah. Now we did end up with a 55 DPS, which is not terribly bad. Definitely could be improved. That's for sure. As for heals, we do end up with... How much heals do we get? Only about 30 healing per second, which is not too crazy. Being Sunamar, Unsettling Presence, Chili Gooberts, our Turbo Shellys weren't so turbo after all. But we did use our Molten Greatsword that did eat up a lot of our heat generation. But as for block, we did end up with about 16 block per second, 190 block. So between our block and our heals, we did end up with about 50 defenses per second basically. And also, actually, we do got to count in our max life, which is about 340 max life also. So overall, actually not terribly bad, because we were debuff immune basically with our Turbo Shellys as well. But anyways, we did survive 4 days left, and let's go and see just how much rank points we managed to get. Plus 42. Not too bad actually. But I'm going to leave you here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing, and I hope you look up for the next one. I'll see you next time. Can we deal with another Molten Greatsword? The only thing is they have multiple weapons, so they're going to be using up their power a little bit better than we will. However, we got our Molten Greatsword online pretty fast, which is kind of amazing. That's for sure. And we also steal our opponent's buffs, Withers, Heart of Darkness, and Hell yeah. Now, can we deal with a Cupcake Staff? Crazy books. They're going to be trying to inflict a lot of cold on us. But again, those Turbo Shellys are going to be cleansing that cold like it doesn't exist. That is for sure. But our Molten Greatsword should be able to deal some big damage. Can we still win out? Hell yeah, it's not even going to be close, to be honest. We're full HP and amazing. And finally, can we take on the Practical Large Bloodthorn with 2 Heart Shields with a Turtle? Well, lucky for us, I think we should definitely be able to take this opponent on. Even though they do have so much defenses with those shields, our Practically Large Fire Greatsword is going to be doing so much damage that they should still be able to take a lot of damage. Now, they did get a lot of block, but again, they're not doing so much damage to us because their Turbo Shellys are putting in a lot of work for us. And hell yeah, we did manage to get 60 heat. And amazing.